Hello and welcome, I'm Tafara Gadamu. Irreechaa, one of the biggest holidays in this country, is just around the corner. What does it entail? My guest, Getachew Tadesse, is an expert on the Gada, a governance system that features the Thanksgiving holiday. A very warm welcome to the program, Getachew.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So you are working for your PhD thesis on the Gada, right, and the governance part of it.
Yes, it has its own title, but the program that I have attending right now is Gada and the Governance. This is a program.
That's a specific dissertation topic that you are working on currently.
Yeah, Gada and the Governance is a program of the PhD, but the title is about the dynamics of resource governance.
Resource governance.
Yes.
That is particularly in Borana area.
Yes, in Borana, within the context of legal pluralism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Borana area is considered as the birthplace, if you will, of the whole concept of the Gada system, right?
Yeah, of course.
Can you tell me what it is all about?
Yeah, just overall, when we're talking about Gada system, you know it very well. Gada is a socio-political system that the Oromo people used for centuries to govern its people, its community, its resource, its all round of life. They used this Gada system for time memorial. Of course, it is hardly possible to say when Gada created, when it has been started. It's maybe hardly possible to say this year, by this individual. But for time of immemorial, the Oromo people used this one, particularly like just across Oromia. The land feature is not as today, but particularly like in Borana, like in Guji, Karayu, indifferent across Oromia.
You mean that it was lush and green and so on, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So essentially, the Gada system is a complex social organization, if you will, which in the years past, every Oromo had to pass through.
Yes, it is a very complex system. It is holistic. Gada is a comprehensive, holistic, indigenous black civilization. We can say Gada is a black democracy, indigenous democracy.
But when you say it's democratic, what do you exactly mean?
Yeah. When we say democracy, of course, we know that democracy, just when we are talking about the modern democracy, we may trace back to about that of the Greek. The Greek democracy is a Greek term, demon, kratia. It is a system of the government of the people, whatever. But before that, there was a Gada system. That is the indigenous black democracy that we are saying. Why we say democracy? Why we say indigenous democracy? Because Gada believe in equality. Gada believe in equality of all human. Before Gada system, all people are equal. In Gada system, power is transferred from the exiting Gada to the incoming Abagada every 8 years.
It's an age-set kind of system.
Yes, it is age and the generation set system. But the power of the Gada, in Gada system, the power transferred every 8 years from one Gada to the next Abagada. Never, every 8 years. That is what today, if you go to America, every 4 years, one American president cannot rule more than 8 years, more than 2 terms. So this makes not only this one. There is a testing period in Gada system. There is a testing period. There is a peaceful power transfer. There is no war. One transfer his power to the next peacefully by kissing one another. Okay? By blessing one another. No war, no conflict. There is no competition at all. Every decision is based on consensus, by consensus decision. So all these elements, when bring all together, it makes beyond the modern or the Western democracy. That's why we call it Gada is a indigenous black African democracy that crafted by the Oromo people.
Are women represented?
Of course. That's why we say that Gada is equal. Gada believe in equality, egalitarian system. Gada is egalitarian system. Why we say Gada is egalitarian system? It involves all from one baby. The moment the one baby come to this earth, he come to the belly. The belly, game titika, game gurguda, raba, dori, gada, batu, yuba gudda, yuba tika, jarsa kululu. It continues. Everyone has its own class. No one excluded from Gada system. But people said in Gada system, women are not involved. But no. Look, why people say that? I know I'm studying. Why people say that? Women may not assume, a woman, she may not assume a bagada. She cannot be called a bagada.
That's why I've raised this question.
Yes, but she is Hadabullah. She's Hadabullah. A bagada cannot assume the power of a bagada unless he has Hadabullah. Okay? What does it mean? Let me tell you in other way. Can a bagada be Hadasinke? No. You see? Therefore, Hadagada, not to be assumed to be called a bagada, it does not mean that woman will not involve in Gada system. She is in. But, as I told you, she is not called a bagada, but she is called Hadabulla. Yes.
A male concept.
Yes, because in Gada system, there is role division. There is a role division. That is it. Otherwise, the other way, Gada has a principle of self-created and self-renewal. This is among a principle of Gada. Every 8 years, Gada improves itself, created as another law, self-created, self-improved, and in this way, there are loads of improvement right now.
You mean it's dynamic?
It is dynamic.
And when you say lots of improvement, what do you mean?
Improvement means every 8 years, when one abagada is exiting and the new
handing all the responsibility,
handing over of Bali or power transfer, there are loads of new laws enacted based on the context of the situation. Different laws promulgated by abagadas. There are another law that is repealed, which is no more function. There are laws that does not go with time. And there are laws that are amended. And there are laws that are newly enacted. That's why we call Gada is self-created and self-renewal every 8 years.
Okay. So I'm curious, when you say the laws that govern the whole system are retouched every time and again, you're talking about now, right?
Yes.
But in the years past, this system was operating in an environment where the population was not literate, right?
Yeah. That's what's surprising me. Look, from this time of immemorial, particularly during the period of oral society, of course now, that is why sometimes you get into very surprised how these people really could, one, create such kinds of design of governance. They lose that governance, their resource, their people, their military, their religion, their environment, their everything. How they design such kinds of. This is what makes us, maybe this is a given of supernatural. That is a given. That is a given. Otherwise, one writer said, I don't believe that this Gada system designed by these black people, I don't believe. If they are, and he said, I don't have evidence also to deny they are not. And therefore, he said, things is going to be beyond the human imagination, he said. He said, I neither support this crafted such kind of law Gada system by these black people, and also I don't have any evidence to deny it was not there. So it is beyond human imagination, he said. So as I told you, everything has its own law in Gada system. Everything. You know? Plants has its own law. Land has its own law. Lake has its own law. Different animals, pet animals, domestic animals have their own law. For example, horse has its own law. You see? So everything has been governed in Gada system by its own law. This law enacted by in different by the Gada system in different, like in Gumigayo or Meboko, or in different sacred sites where power transferred from one Abagada to another. Therefore, yes, this is true. This is true. It is not something that we created today. This was true. These people used this Gada system from time immemorial, and they now reached today. Now it is a written society. Now we are studying right now at a PhD level.
Right. So these are different times I'm talking about now. The form of governance has dramatically changed.
Of course.
Not only, So how well practiced is the Gada system in the Oromia region?
Mm-hmm. In Oromia region, there is legal pluralism. Because when we say legal pluralism, by nature in Ethiopia is a country of different nation and nationality, where different nation nationalities, different culture, different religion, different practice has been practiced. In Oromia, if you see whether the Gada system is practiced in Oromia, particularly in Oromia region, because the Gada system belongs to this nation, Gada governance or Gada has been practiced in Oromia in different ways.
Like what?
One, legal pluralism. Legal pluralism, there is a law that is enacted by the parliament and also by the Chafe, the legislative body
of the region.
The region. There are different laws enacted by the Chafe and has been practiced across Oromia. Again, there is a customary law. Across Oromia, there is a customary law that is also equally or parallelly practiced by the community. That is a customary law. What do you mean by that customary law? For example, if people get into conflict, there is a law, there is a customary law that reconcile people, bring together, negotiate, discuss their issue, and solve their issue. This is a law. People never fight again. People never retaliate. And then now this is a customary law. Not only this one, the Oromia government also recognized different Gada values, different Gada principles, and recognized by the law and institutionalized it. For example, traditional court, if you take, for example, traditional court. Now, all over across Oromia, at each kabele, there is a traditional court. Not only this one, there is also, like for example, Busa Gonova. Busa Gonova, the way people support each other, the way people collaborate each other, different hardship time, like different drought, different problem, people come together, support each other, and then make that people resilient. Now the government institutionalize it, Busa Gonova. And also, there are different also, like volunteerism. This is also institutionalized. People voluntarily help one another in different ways, which really, it is very amazing. Otherwise, Gada system has been practically functioning across Oromia parallelly with the state law.
So, no contradiction here.
No, of course, there is a bit, some competition is there, but more complementary.
So the Gada system is also recognized by UNESCO as one of the the world's intangible heritages, right?
Exactly.
So that kind of helps move the agenda of practicing the Gada
Of course.
in the region forward, right?
Yeah, of course. That's why different, for example, at education level, different curriculums have been drafted and incorporated into a curriculum. And right now, from grade 1 to 8 in Oromia, across Oromia, students are attending Gada. There is a Gada course. There is also a Safu course. Safu means ethics and the morality course. This is a very huge. And the Gada system also at a PhD level, like Bule Hora University, first degree, second degree, and the third degree.
You're teaching?
Yes, Gada system in Bule Hora University, Gada and the cultural studies. So this is another good point that Gada has been very reviving, revitalizing, and functioning actively.
And the way I think it's being revitalized is through the annual celebration, the Thanksgiving week or day, which is IREECHA, right?
Exactly.
That's one of the ways this system is being popularized, I guess. Is that what it is?
Exactly. So IREECHA, when we trace back to see IREECHA, it's rooted or embedded in another Gada, in Gada. IREECHA is one institution of a Gada system. Gada has different value in the institutions. IREECHA is one institution embedded in the Gada system. As you said, IREECHA is a Thanksgiving holiday, ceremony. It is all about Thanksgiving. IREECHA, this Thanksgiving has been taking place just from the end of this summer season, the end of this summer season.
It's rainy season.
Yeah, the end of this rainy season to the dry season, what we call it birra or boka birra. That is why in this season, the Oromo people believe in the supernatural that they call it waka. Therefore, according to Oromo ontology, they believe that all these creatures live in water, surface of the earth, in air, is by supernatural waka. Waka gave us rain. Waka protect us from all different threats, or disasters that come during rainy season. There is a thunder, there is a flood, there is different flood or overflow. People may, therefore, they believe that God, Waka, protect us, deliver us, and also give us this a very bright, magnificent, bright season of birra, boka birra. Therefore, they believe this supernatural Waka deserves to be thanked. That is why IREECHA is a magnificent Thanksgiving holiday. Not only this one, right now, IREECHA is becoming a cultural manifestation. IREECHA is becoming the reflections of Oromo identity, the reflections of brotherhood, solidarity, fraternity, and the coming together, and there's a stage where, or a platform where, people come together and strengthen their brotherhood, their unity. Particularly right now, it is not only Oromo, but also different ethnic groups are participating in the IREECHA right now, okay? Therefore, this become a platform of diversity in unity. That is why IREECHA is a very huge festival in the world. To be honest, IREECHA, it's not overwhelming, the only festival in the world where more than 5 million come together simultaneously and they celebrate peacefully. This is a very huge secret.
When you say 5 million, you mean within Ethiopia, right?
Of course.
In different places, primarily in Addis Ababa and in Bishoftu.
Exactly.
But also in other...
In other is also, that is not counted.
Within that week.
Yeah, within that week. within that week. Yeah. Therefore, Irreechaa is basically celebrated. There are two types of Irreechaa, by the way. Two types of Irreechaa. Just this Irreechaa is Irreechaa Malka, that is the end of the rainy season, and the other is Irreechaa Tullu, the hill. People go to the hill and they pray to God. Therefore, during this Irreechaa, three things will perform it. One, they thank to the Waka. Two, they bless each other. And three, they pray to God, to the same protection from supernatural.
Well, happy Irreechaa. It was a pleasure having you on my show, Getachew.
Thank you.